Hello, my friends. It is me, Karen Valentine, and I am back for part 3 of Kitty Cuddles by Christine Karron. The month of July, she is the Patreon reward. If you subscribe to Christine's Patreon page, and it's a wonderful bargain. It's $1 a month, and you get a new image every month. And it's usually an image that is going to be in her Etsy shop the following month at full price. So if it's July, you can join her Patreon account and get this page. And if it's August, you can get it on Etsy. So I stopped before we finished the kitty, and I also stopped at a point where I did not like what I had done with her hair, where I had added the purple. So if you watched the last video, you will have seen that I put a big thing across the video saying, stop, don't add the purple if you're following the color along. And I went ahead in and put some espresso on top of the purple. So I think I pretty much obliterated the purple, which I'm pleased about. So all I'm going to do now, I think, is to come in with some black and just add even a little bit more dark into the hair. So it's just so that I'm giving those curls a little bit more definition. And I mean, it's nothing major, but I think it'll be enough to make me happy with her hair. Something about that purple choice just did not work well for me. And that does happen sometimes. I do make poor decisions sometimes and have to fix them. And that either happens by me reworking the page, or occasionally a page will end up in the trash can. But each one is a learning experience. Each one is practice. So the logical side of me says it's never time wasted, because you're always learning something. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So now there's a little bit of work to do with the kitty. Off camera, I actually went in and took my white pencil, and I just added some white right in here. And I like what it did. It gave it a little bit of highlight, brightened it up a little bit so it didn't look so dark. And so I was happy with that. But we still have, so this is black, and we still have a little bit of work to do here on his ears. And I want to do some espresso, a little bit more underneath her hand. You know, sometimes I just don't see things that need to be done until I've had a minute to absorb it all. And often that happens after I shut off the camera because I'm so busy, you know, thinking about all these other things that I don't see everything that needs to be done. As evidenced by her finger from last video. Okay, and I want to bring some flicks of darker hair into this orange bit, and I want to, I think I need to do some brown in here because I don't know, something looked funny. So now I am not doing flecks. I am just kind of trying to get a kind of smoother look. I'll do some stray hairs here on her hand. And maybe let's see if we blend that out with okay, so I don't like this dark line here, this dark kind of row of, but I don't know that there's anything I can do to fix it. Maybe if sometimes when you go to try and fix something, it just messes it up worse. I just don't know. Nope, that's working. So I'm just swirling to blend. Oh, that's much better. Okay. So this is the espresso. And I'm just blending out that. So now it looks more like a shadow or it's better. It's better without those straight lines. So, yay. And we'll do a little bit more right here. Just trying to see anything that stands out to me as needing. Gonna blend that out a little bit. Okay, this is feeling a little bit better. Not that it was bad before, but you know, as you keep fine-tuning stuff, and it gets better and better and better. So I think I'm going to put some espresso up here in his ear. Okay, is that that it? Are we happy? Oh, no, that's not it. I want to add some espresso shadows under her fingers. This one needs a little bit more dark right there. We're ready for whiskers. And I'm going to try something different. And we're going to cross our fingers and hope that I like it and that it works. Because, let's just try our Jelly Roll pen for a second, see what happens. This is too thick. Nope, that's the wrong one. I need a thinner one. I need the thinnest Jelly Roll pen that I can get, because anything else would be too thick. So that's what the pen looks like. The problem with pens like this is that often they just don't want to work on the wax. So you go to try and, make whiskers, and that little ball, while it works fine on my skin, will not roll and make whiskers the way I want it to. Not well enough. So we're going to try something. We're going to try a new product. The question is, can I get it on here thin enough without mucking it up? That is the question. So this is the product. It's by Brush and Pencil. Oh, I can zoom out. You don't need me in that tight. It's by Brush and Pencil. And I planned on doing a whole tutorial for you on how to cover up mistakes. Like have you ever been working on a leaf and colored the leaf the completely wrong color, or I don't know, a leaf might not be a good example, unless of course you accidentally colored it orange, and then that would be a perfect example, because you go to erase that orange, that mistake that you made, and then you go to put your colored pencil on top, and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't look good at all. So what this Brush and Pencil stuff is great for is that. So it's basically this titanium white powder. And I'm not going to do a lot because I don't need a lot. And I'm actually going to smush it with my fingers a little, well, okay, I need a better mixer. I need something I can smush. Well, this is not a great brush, so this will work. Okay, so you've got your titanium powder. And you've got your Touch Up Texture liquid. And you mix these two things together into a consistency where you can use your liner brush. If you need heavier coverage, you can use more titanium white, but we're not trying for heavy coverage. We're trying for a good liner brush consistency. So I have my brush. You can probably see it better right there. And I'm going to roll it through this titanium white mixture. Okay, cross your fingers. And now I can draw those whiskers with my little liner brush. And it works much better than a gel pen. Let's see, where we have one here. We've covered so much of them up, I can't really see where they, so it really doesn't matter. I made a pretty thin batch because I wanted it to really be able to move on my, I wanted it to flow real nice. So I might have to go over it again just because. Okay, let's do a couple of white whiskers up here. Oops. Okay, so I want to, I got that a little heavy. So the consistency that I made it at, as it's drying, it's not drying super duper duper white because I made it pretty thin. But I don't think it needs to, because we don't want, I mean, his whiskers are supposed to be really thin and wispy, right? Like not, and I think that we've accomplished that. So I think I'm gonna stay there like that. But anyway, that product is awesome for adding white to your page over your colored pencil. That's what it's made for. And so it gives you a really nice finished look. I like it. I like it a lot. And I would not be, I didn't fight with the gel pen like I would with the gel pen. And the Posca pen, even the skinniest Posca pen, is going to give me too heavy and thick of a line too. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see what his whiskers, what his whiskers look like. So there you go. You can also use that for doing highlights on, you know, their eyes and all that stuff. So if you ever find that your gel pen or your Posca pen or whatever isn't working well enough on top of your colored pencil, then that is a great product to use for that. Alrighty, so I am going to say the kitty is done. I'm going to say her hair is done. And we will move on to the sweater. So I was looking at the, I pulled out my color swatch chart because I love this for a tool. And I was kind of going around and looking at the colors that are already on my page. go. And we've already determined I didn't like the purple. I kind of like instantly I'm attracted over here, but I didn't really want to go with browns. So I'm also attracted over here. So I think we're going to do her sweater in these three colors plus Espresso. So that's Jasmine, Goldenrod, and Mineral Orange. And then maybe we'll do the background in blue to complement the blue eyes on the kitty. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. So we have white, which we always want. Jasmine, Goldenrod, Mineral Orange, and Espresso, which is somewhere over here. Okay. So I'm going to lay down some white first. And basically I'm going to, you know what, before I do that, I'm seeing a little smudge. I'm just going to erase on her sweater right there. Okay, so the white I'm going to put down where I think I want the brightest highlights. And we can always go over it, but I think it helps. So all right, then we're going to use Jasmine. I keep getting little smudges. I don't know what that's from. Okay, so now we're going to take our Jasmine and just kind of feather it into the white. Really, we could go over the whole thing with this. Maybe I will. Lightly, though. Not real heavy. It's something like, I don't know, 107 degrees outside right now, and I'm coloring a sweater. You can tell that Christine lives in Canada because she obviously is not having Arizona heat issues as she's coloring her July coloring page. I think Canada would be very lovely right about now. Okay, do some Goldenrod. This is actually kind of the main color that I want the sweater to look like. So that Jasmine was kind of just a base and a highlight. Hopefully that turns out the way I envision it to. I'll add some in here. Here. Okay, I feel like maybe I need some Jasmine right here. Now the Goldenrod. I don't know why, but okay. I think we may come on with another layer of that. I think we might. Yes. So let us do that. Let's add one more kind of layer of this goldenrod. Okay, let's take some mineral orange. This is mostly going in the darkest areas. But I do want it a little bit on here. Right, I think I'm gonna do a little bit of white blending, just smoothing the transition between the highlight and everything else. And actually, it works nice to blend all those yellows together too, so I think we'll just go ahead and use it on the whole thing. It looks nice. Okay, let's do some espresso. As you know, it's my favorite brown. I went to the art supply store last week and bought 4 of them open stock because I had gotten down to the very end of my last one and I was thinking, what am I going to do if I run out of my favorite color brown? So to avoid that problem ever again, I bought 4. So I should be good for a little while. This art supply store that is here in town has such good prices. They're not list prices. They're not the full list price that Prismacolor, says the pencils should be there, and they turn out to be only like, I don't know, $1. I'm guessing, but I think they're like $1.49 or something each pencil. So it's very easy for me to go over there and spend a good amount of money on art supplies. But on the other hand, there are other times when I go and the prices online are way better. Like my polychromos, which are probably going to be here by the time you are watching this video. And I'm very excited about that. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on those just to kind of, I don't know, to be excited. I really liked the open stock ones that I bought. So the set that I got from Jerry's Artorama, and I'm just blending. I'm blending with cream this time instead of white. Jerry's Artorama for $165 for 100 and for the full 120 pencil set. So that was the best price that I have seen. So I was very excited about that. And I have another surprise coming from a private seller that I'm so excited about, but I'm not going to say anything because I'll do a little video on all of my new pencils and my new goodies. So it'll be a surprise. Just gonna say I'm getting a set of pencils that I've been drooling over for a long time, and the opportunity presented itself and I took it. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of, I don't want to put too much brown here because I don't want the kitty to blend too much into her sweater. So I think I better stop right there because it's going to wind up looking like the cat is blending in, and I don't want that. So maybe I'll use orange instead of brown. I don't know. I guess it's okay. Okay, I think that her sweater looks pretty good. We might be able to make this a shorter video. All right, let's do a little bit right here. Oh, what's wrong? I'm having a hard time getting a smooth. There we go. Okay, let's do a little bit of it right here. I wonder what it would look like if I blended with the blender instead of cream. The cream seems to be lightening it too much like the white would. All right, now we have to decide what we're going to do with her little chemise. So we can leave it white because that looks kind of nice, and I wear white underneath my things all the time. Or we can color it yellow and leave the lace white. I'm just going to do some erasing here. So we have to decide on that. Maybe we start with I don't know. Well, let's start by trying to get some skin color in here. I should have done it when I was doing her skin tones. I'm not sure how close I'm going to be able to get here, but we'll try. And let's see, I don't want to go too orangey terracotta because that's not what we have going on here. Let's try clay rose. That looks pretty good. And then some espresso, very, very lightly at the top. I think that works. All right, I'm thinking that we're going to leave the lace white, and I'm going to use the cream for her, for the, you know, this part. And hope that I like it. Yeah. Okay, so Jasmine maybe would be better. Well, we're gonna just work our way up until we've used all the colors, it looks like. Goldenrod. And I think we're gonna pass on the orange and go straight for the Espresso, which is right here. Yeah, this did not turn out the way I was thinking that it was maybe going to, but it's not bad. I mean, it's, maybe we should have left it white. Maybe. No, that works. That's okay with me. I'm good with that. Okay. So I have to figure out, oh, you know what? I think this is part of her ear. So we have to figure out what color her gemstones on her earrings were going to be. And I feel like I want to do something with the kitty's eyes. So I'm gonna very, very, very lightly use this True Blue and see just how bright that's going to be. Because I didn't feel like his eyes were. It's maybe a little bit better. I think I need to pull out my, get myself another inspiration photo. This is the one that I used for his eyes, but let's just see what else we can find. If there's another picture that maybe gives me another view. They're all quite blue. I mean, there's, oh, he's a half and half. He's cute. Siamese. See, look how blue their eyes are all really like strikingly blue. So I think I'm okay. I almost wonder if I need to get rid of a little bit more of that white around the, because I did put a lot of white. So let's just gonna bring that out just a tiny little bit over the white. That's fine. Okay. Zoom out. I think she's finished. Just gonna put a little bit more dark right at the very, right there. Okay. I think that part is finished, and all we have to worry about now is the background. What do we think we should do for the background? Just curious. So we could do Prismacolors and blend with mineral spirits, or we could do blue Neocolors. And I am almost of the mindset to do Neocolors. It's been a while since we've done a Neocolor background. So here are the Neocolors. So we could do like Prussian Blue and light blue as a background. light blue, Prussian blue. Those are the colors I have. So I don't know. Or we could go all monochromatic and do like brown and ochre and russet. Oh, that's tempting too. No, I have a feeling we're gonna pick the blue. I do. We'll break out, we'll use that to bring the eyes up front. So, all right. So that is the end of this one. Unless I decide to do it right now. So I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to check the time. And if we have the time to do it, we might as well just go for it and finish her all up today. And if we don't, then I'll come back and say goodbye and we'll have a part 4. Okay. Okay, well, as you can see from the supplies that I have out, I have decided to go ahead and just go for it and finish it up. So I've pulled out Neocolor Light Blue and Prussian Blue and my little Caran palette. It's a textured palette and it makes it really nice. You can pull the color right off the crayon, but you can also put some of the crayon down on your palette and then activate it with water that way. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not sure how much of this Prussian blue I'm going to use yet. I'm not sure of anything, actually. You know, anytime I go to use a water-based background, it always makes me a little bit nervous because I, you know, you always have that fear of messing it up, but I think, you know, you can't let fear stop you. You got to just go for it. So I've done it enough times that I think I'll be okay. I think I'll be okay. Say a little prayer for me. Okay. I'm going to use my smallest water brush because I'm going to be going around the hair to start with and working my way out. And so that's what I'm going to do. All right, here we go. We're diving in. Worst case scenario, you know, we dry it, we add some other color, and we make it work. We add Prismas on top, which I probably will wind up doing anyway, just because I seem to like to do that. So, all right, here we go. Away we go. All these little curls are really in the way. Squeeze a little bit of water out. There's a chunk of okay. Keep going out here. We want a little bit lighter, not as heavy as I did in there, because that would be the right thing to do. We want it to all kind of match. So Okay, I'm going to turn. I'm going to keep going. Neos are so lovely. Unfortunately, I have to turn it again because I can't see what I'm doing, or my hand will be in front of what I'm doing if I have it go the other way. So add some more water, spread that around. Careful not to press down on that paper too much and overwork the paper, because that is bad. Now, these water-soluble crayons, they don't work with all paper, you know. If you're using really, really thin paper, you run the risk of your paper really crinkling and buckling. Taping it down helps with that a lot. The watercolorists call that stretching the paper. I don't know why, but they do. So that's always a good option, to tape your page down before adding water medium. But yeah, just be aware that just because you're having problems with a particular medium does not mean that you're not skilled, does not mean that you can't do it. Sometimes it purely means that the supplies that you're using, that the paper you're using is just not the right paper for that medium, and it's going to fight you. And so you want to, you know, if you struggle and you're having a hard time with one, try it on a different paper. Try it, you know, several times under different circumstances, because a lot of the time it's the paper. Well, I really like that so far. I might not even bother adding another color. I don't know. What do we think? I don't want to add any more water because, you know, this isn't watercolor paper, and so you work it a little bit too much and you do get, you know, little lumpies, little pilling of the paper, just a tiny little bit. We're going to dry it, and then I'll probably come back and I'm not sure about another color. I really like it the way it is. We'll see. So I'm going to dry it real quick so you don't have to listen to the loud heat gun, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm afraid. I'm very, very afraid. But I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm gonna do? I want to see what the color. Okay, so that's not too heavy. So I'm just gonna drop that in. Okay, I don't have to be afraid anymore. It's fine. I do want to water it down though. and spread it. Okay. I don't want to use too much of it. Be fine. Let's make sure we get it right up tight against the kitty so we don't have any white halo around him. Okay, do I want any more dark on here? Maybe just we'll leave the top alone and let that be light and just put the darker color right down here. Okay, good. So now I'm going to dry it again. And then I think we're probably going to go over it with a white Prismacolor. And you've seen me do that on previous videos. And what it does is it's going to smooth out all of these uneven bits. So I will be right back. Alrighty, so it is all nice and dry. And you know, you can absolutely leave her exactly as she is at this point. I just have this weird desire to cover and smooth some of the transitions with my white pencil. So it's really all I'm doing. And I don't even think I'm going to bother covering the whole entire thing. But one nice thing about it that I do like, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. I don't know if you can see the, they're just a few little pills, little, you know, areas where the paper reacted with the water. But if I take my white pencil and go over those, it just smooths them out very nicely, and they don't bother me anymore. So white pencil, it's just my own weird little, I don't know why I do it, but I like it. And it's not even necessary everywhere. It's just, I might not even do a lot of it. But what I do want to do is take Indigo Blue, and I'm going to come in and just even deepen that color even a little bit more. And I might even do black, I don't know yet. But that's what's so nice about, well, I suppose you could do it with any water media, but with the Neos, you can just come back over with colored pencil if you want to, and it blends in seamlessly. Like you can't really even tell where the color pencil is compared to where the Neocolors are, so I like that. All right, so I just darkened that up a little bit, maybe a little bit more here. And it's also nice to perfect that area where the Neocolor and the pencil meet, so you can kind of clean that up a little bit if you want to. Okay, and the only thing we haven't done is figure out what we're going to do with those earrings. And so, I mean, really my choices are like to make them sapphires or to make them like a citrine. I think that's the right word. Citrine. My handy dandy little iPad and my Google. Citrine. Citrine. Images. Okay, so that's what the stone looks like, and it would be logical that that would be what she would be wearing, and we could use the same colors even, I think. So, yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. And I have no idea how I'm supposed to, you know, I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't plan this one out, so I think we want white in the center and then maybe one other little, and that's where it's reflecting. And then I think we're gonna use Jasmine. And then we'll use some Goldenrod. There's so little that really, I don't think it, you know, I don't know that they're really that important to the page, but I'm just gonna call it good at that. I don't think we need too much more than that. All right, am I completely happy with the background and the page and everything? I think I am. I'm pretty happy with that. I know I said I was going to add some black in the very, very deepest corner, so I still want to do that. What happens if I do? Let's just try. I always seem to like it when there's a nice contrast in things with your darks and your lights. So I thought that the background looked really nice just with the one color, but as I keep adding more and more layers of color, deepening it on the inside, I like it more and more and more. So I think sometimes you just got to keep pushing yourself on a page. not stopping too early. All right, my friends, I do believe that she is done. Kitty Cuddles by Christine Karron in her Patreon, on her Patreon site for her subscribers only for this month, and then for $1. And then she goes to full price next month on Etsy. So I would highly recommend you go check it out and join. It's been wonderful for me. So that will do it. Thank you so much for being a part of this page, even if it was only for participating. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I just don't have enough good things to say about all of you. It's just, you bring me joy. So thanks so much. Take care of yourselves and each other. And I will see you all on the next video. Thanks. Bye.